Mostly, my paintings don't really connect as a group. Usually I don't make one group of works inside one kind of theme. But it is interesting to see the works together that have been made in a period of time, in 1 or 2 years, because they connect somehow in an implicit way. But thematically, I never do a show, that is...
As tight as that?
Yeah, as tight as that. So, and this horse hunting show was the tightest show I did. Mm-hmm. So mostly I don't do it. So every work has to stand on its own. That's how I usually work. It gets more and more like this. Like recently, the last couple of years, I see every painting as a project. So, and perhaps it would be interesting to show just one painting in the show sometimes.
Yeah.
But perhaps that's a bit too meager. It's the avoider. So I try to make a very classical, very universal and archetypical image. I mean, it's a figure standing and he holds a stick. And if you would put him in a background with meadows and a very pastoral landscape and sheep, it would be clear. The image would be, you would be able to define the image. Or if you put him, you give him different clothes, and his stick would be, I don't know, it would be a sword or whatever. He would be a king. He stands like a king. So he's the same as here he is like a bum, but he stands like a king. The background is undefined. It's a very blank studio background. So you see the shadows. He's just behind the blank wall, and he refers to all these things. He refers to Christ, to Che Guevara, to everyone. So it's the most universal image I have ever done.
It's also 20 feet tall, isn't it?
It's very large, yeah. It's very statical. Yeah. But it's the most nihilistic image I ever done as well. So it's both. So it takes you back and forth in a way. So, and you cannot define it. So it stays open. So he's like an actor without a setting. So he's lost. He's like an orphan or something. Yeah. So it's tragical also.
And why is he the avoider?
But that's why I called him. He avoids everything.
He avoids.
Yeah.
He's a bit like
it sounds very very nice in German. The avoider. I like that. But I dressed him like this because he looks like a shepherd or something. He's still modest. Huh?
I was...
oh, sorry.
Sorry, I just wanted to ask you, I first saw your work at Parasol Unit.
Yes.
And I was very impressed by the idea of the action taking place outside of the canvas. It seemed to me that it was something that you seemed to really have grasped, the idea that what happens in the canvas is all geared towards something that we as the viewer can't see, which is this thing that happens outside of the canvas. Could you talk about that idea?
Well, that's the element of suggestion, and that's an influence of film. But in painting, it's not only in my work. You see it a lot in contemporary painting that the painting or the action depicted in the painting refers to something outside the painting which you cannot see. You see, and so it's sometimes the weight of the painting lays outside of the painting. In this case, this is the case as well. I mean, you only see, but it was presented next to this giant, the avoider. This giant, it is a very large painting, but these are small and they have something sequential. And that was also a very conscious element I added to it to make this double. So there is a direct reference to film. But to me, this is a large portrait as well, but I only painted the feet, and the rest is merely suggested. So you don't have to paint a standing figure to suggest one. The show came out after I first visited the Prado in Madrid.
Okay.
A year before or 2 years before, I never dared to go there because I know there were so many masterpieces in painting. And finally I went, and I couldn't work for 4 months or something because I was completely confused. You see, I had to redefine from what painting meant for me. It was I got an overdose of masterpieces.
Was that the exhibition?
And that was the show that made me deal with it somehow. So it was kind of therapeutical. The work of Velázquez I know for years, and I only saw it bit by bit, like here in National Gallery, a couple of paintings, Vienna, a couple of paintings, you know. And that way it's good to deal with it, only a few pieces. And I learned, I mean, technically, he's my teacher, I think, Velázquez. Yeah, mostly him. And of course, but there's this whole tradition. There's Goya and there's Manet who referred to both. And I consider myself in the same dialogue, in a way. But I'm a painter of my time. So it's again very different, because I'm also a conceptual artist. I mean, yeah, before I mean, my work can only be made now. That's very clear. I'm very much influenced by the way we deal with art today, the way we look at art, the way we connect with it, and the way an artwork deals with the spectator. Because these things have evolved very much the latest century.